Hello everyone and welcome to our video. Our presentation today is about a contributed article called Skill Discovery in Virtual Assistants. Before we actually start, I'm going to give you some basic ideas about virtual assistants and some words we're going to use to describe them first, just to catch you up. The first thing you need to know is what are virtual assistants? For me, they definitely sound like some fancy high-tech stuff, maybe from science fictions. However, they actually have been around us for a fairly long time. We probably know them as Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, Apple Siri, or Microsoft Cortana, etc. So those assistants, they employ conversational experience and language understanding technologies to help users, us, accomplish a range of tasks from reminder creation to home automation. And voice-activated assistants like smart speakers, also known as headless devices, because they lack displays, are among the most popular devices in this category. And also, virtual assistants have skills. This word commonly refers to virtual assistants' capabilities. Skill functionality ranges from basic things like timers, jokes, reminders, to more advanced things like music playback, calendar management, and home automation. Assistant skill sets include both first-party skills and third-party skills. First-party skills are those skill functionality I mentioned earlier, plus the skills that leverage assistant providers' strengths in some specific area. Like for Amazon Alexa, it's electronic commerce, and for Microsoft Cortana, it's productivity. Third-party skills are skills that developed by third-party developers. So in our presentation today, we mainly discuss three things. The first one, virtual assistants' capability grow rapidly, and this can cause users to struggle with all that huge amount of skills and all the skills that keep coming up. So this would lead to our next question today. We try to develop and evaluate some methods to recommend relevant skills using the skill popularity, context, and users' personal information. And the last thing, we give some design recommendations for how to offer contextual skill recommendations in the right time, at the right place, and in the right way. The first challenge users facing is skill discovery. Skill discovery is a challenge for two primary reasons. The first reason is that the affordances or the capabilities of virtual assistants are often unclear. It is not easy to communicate all those skills with users. Users may only use very few skills they know from prior use or device marketing. Discovering new skills, especially those that could help with the tasks at hand, is considerably more difficult. And the second reason is skills are increasing really fast. Users often struggle to keep track as new skills are released. It's clear that users need help to fully understand the capability of their virtual assistants. And technology to support salient skill discovery is necessary to help them make the best use of these assistants.
The second challenge is skill search. When users are using virtual assistants to search skills they want, virtual assistants have an advantage, which is to locate skills, but some problems exist. The first problem is the frustrating results, because smart speakers do not present sufficient information about their capabilities. The second one is that many people do not know what they can ask, and they are unlikely to invoke the existing skills unless accident or through trial and error. This limitation is called unclear affordances. There are two reasons about the occurrence of unclear affordances. One reason is inaccurate mental model, which means that an explanation of the user's thought process about how to use skills is inaccurate. Another reason is the sparse or incorrect use of technology. Two solutions have been used currently. One is supporting voice prompts, such as things to try or skills of the day. Another one is answering questions. For example, what are your new skills? However, both are inefficient to access new skills. Because virtual assistants have a fixed set of capability, they could only present results through audio to provide limited information, or give some filling messages like, "Sorry, I do not understand the question." In contrast, people are more familiar with web search engines to do the search skills. It can provide rich version feedback to help users understand what worked well in their query. In addition, skills discovered are less likely to be related with user current tasks because the active context is ignored. The third challenge is for design. Developers face a twofold challenge, which are how to set user expectations and teach users what virtual assistant can do, and how to help users learn skills. There exist two solutions currently. First one is to provide written instructions in the retail packaging, but following the instructions too closely can hide the exploration of product capabilities. Secondly, email messages highlighting new capabilities are sent to the user periodically. It helps relieve the new skills and reinforce existing skills, but they are shown on different devices and different time. The in-situ recommendation of skills based on the current task is recommended to be used because it is effective to help users discover valuable skills when it is most needed. Moreover, the role of context is important when designing the skills because the capabilities people want to use differ based on the contextual factors, such as time and location. For example, considering two skills, one is offering relaxing sounds to help promote sleep, one is focusing on work productivity. Picture shows the Cortana usage logs of these two skills from Microsoft employee volunteers. It can be seen that the sleep sound skill is more likely to be used at night than during the day, and more likely to be used at home than at work. Use of the productivity skill exhibits a different time and location profile. Therefore, context can help recommend the right skills at the right time, and developers of skill software need rich models of user context.
AI already has the ability to work based on explicit request by directing the user voice, and external event triggering notification based on natural disaster. What is next in AI on skill recommendation? It's contextual signal adapting based on the current environment. The research has been carried out on a skill invocation by an internal deployment of a smart speaker powered by Cortana in a different scenarios, from a meeting room and from the workstation, to collect data on context in which the skills were used. The core principle of this initiation is to suggest a skill where similar context is been observed again. The study further examined the effect of three classes of features: general popularity across the user, contextual signal on which the skill is used, future correspond to the user who invoked the skill. The result shows reliance of the historical data could have the limitation on when it can be applied. For example, it could perform worse for new skills. Although the focus here on contextual skill recommendation, personalization contributed significantly to the quality of the recommendation generated. Personalization differs from the contextualization because it is unique to the user, whereas the contextualization could apply to all the user in the same context. The performance is better based on the degree of consent user are willing to provide to get access to them. For personalization, two things has to be considered for using recommendation is the time on triggering the notification and the better notification strategy. Otherwise, the user will get annoyed.
Challenge 4 is partnership. Traditional virtual assistants are independent, but there are many limitations. So at this stage, some providers have started to cooperate. For example, the cooperation between Amazon and Microsoft on Alexa and Cortana personal assistants in August 2017. Alexa can recommend Cortana for productivity-related tasks, and Cortana can recommend Alexa for more consumer-related scenarios, especially in e-commerce, which allow them to successfully achieve win-win results. In this cooperative model, virtual assistants developers can focus more resources on enhancing the ability to differentiate. That is, improving the uniqueness of their products. Such partnerships can leverage complementary technologies, share domain knowledge, and other assets, such as data and human capital, to deliver significant skill, differentials, and utility to users. It is vital to educate users what virtual assistant is able to handle for the current tasks. So, looking ahead, there are several suggestions. Virtual assistants should be proactive, consider privacy and utility. Moreover, assistants should provide skills to users when they need them, and permit multiple recommendations, use contextual and personal signals, leverage companion devices, and examine additional signals. So for consider privacy and utility, the developers must clearly demonstrate the value of the signal. And for support continuous learning, skill volume grow quickly over time. So assistants should recommend new skills based on the user's past skill use. To sum up, there are several limitations. The first one is the number of skills available is increased rapidly. The second one is the headless device large display, so skill search only could get limited information. The third one is using written instructions with periodic email messages to learn how to use skill insufficient. Moreover, the models for contextual skill recommendations is not rich enough, and virtual assistants have traditionally served users independently. So, looking ahead, the perceived utility of virtual assistants, particularly in smart speakers and other headless devices such as personal audio, will depend largely on their ability to proactively identify and share skills that can help users when they need them most.
Here's our references. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.